A one-of-a-kind show experience, made by Eric and Mohammed of Class 8-5.
Early December, all of the grade 8 IBT students went to the One of a Kind show. We experienced real small businesses and learned entrepreneurially firsthand. This is our experience broadcasted through a slideshow.
So, we were presented with a simple question. Which companies would be most successful at the one-of-a-kind show? Of course, we must take into account all factors, and with the next couple slides, we will be presenting exactly that.
So let's consider all the basic factors of a successful company within the One of a Kind show premises. We need to account the product, place, people, promotion, and price. Let's start with the product.
Product. This is literally the biggest factor of all 5 P's. Since the products are mostly pricey at the one-of-a-kind show, many will be looking for the best bang for their buck. This means they look for the most impressive products being sold. We consider the target audience, visual appeal, quality, and value. Most products were targeted towards an older audience, those who have some extra money to spend for a decoration in the house. I saw that a lot of that was reflected, because although a lot of students, not many bought items that were targeted towards an older audience. The visual appeal is a very big factor. This is what makes the customer decide whether or not it is worth buying, both the product itself and the packaging. Would you buy something in a painted wooden casing or inside a small cardboard box? Even if the product itself has passed those 2 parts, we still look into the quality and the value. These two may coincide in multiple ways. The quality of the product is a big decider over whether or not a consumer purchases the product. They decide if the quality is a good value for their money.
Promotion. One of the biggest P's. The promotion is so important because that is what convinces the customer to purchase your product. As a customer, I personally looked for use of space, colors, and organization. The color and attractiveness is very important. That is what catches the customer's eye and brings them to your booth. If a booth is rather dull, then there is a high chance the customer will not notice it. The organization and the use of space are not as important as attractiveness, however, they are still very important. On your booth, there should be minimal open space. However, it shouldn't be completely crowded. A crowded booth can overwhelm the customer. Having an organized booth is also very important because an unneat booth looks unprofessional, which decreases the number of customers you may get.
First impressions mean a lot. This is particularly an important factor with the P's, in this case, people. How they act, their approach, their emotions, and their moods all cast a factor into a good purchase or review. This expresses how interested they are in the product and how much they really do know. If they even just greet you when they see you or give a quick wavering glance, this does have a psychological effect on the customer's mood as well. They must be efficient verbal communicators in order for their sales pitch to move and arouse the customer into buying the product.
Place. The placement of a booth can completely change the end results. The most effective locations tend to be the ones near the entrances, but also a bit towards the middle, since the customer will notice your booth as they walk in. However, near entrances, many will see the product, and even if they like it, they know there are more products and decide to move on because they don't want to buy early. Entrances and exits can get quite crowded, which leads to our next factor, traffic. If your booth is very crowded, customers tend to pass and move on to avoid traffic. To prevent traffic, you have to keep in mind your surroundings. For example, washrooms, entrances, and exits tend to attract quite a bit of traffic. Another factor is proximity to similar products. Having a booth near similar products means that if consumers are looking for a certain type of product, it would make it easier for them. If it is difficult to locate your booth, the customers would think twice about purchasing your product, which can lead to decrease of total profit.
Finally, price, the biggest factor after product. This is really the final factor of if someone decides to buy a product. This means that we have to find a price that matches the value of what the product really is. I saw some examples at the show, and there were small items that went over $20. Although the labor involved may have been costly, it just doesn't seem like a good deal. The target market is mostly for seniors and older adults. This is mostly because they have more time to attend the show and essentially more money to waste. This means that the reason most products are so pricey is because of the main target audience. However, if they decide to cater more towards students, then it should be something that sells for less. This is sometimes shown through products like food or simpler products.
So, our answer is with all these facts gathered, we believe the most successful companies at the One of a Kind show will be those that have a visually appealing product with good quality of value of the product. Also, we need to have a good personal space, large enough for a good amount of customers and product, but not too big as to look unpopular. The booth should be attractive with the finest items in the front. The colors and lights of your booths are definitely the smoking gun you need to succeed. We also need to find out if the person selling the product is a good fit for the job. If they have enough expression, a good mood, and a good approach, it'd be a winning factor. Then we take into account the place where the booth is located. The ideal spot should be around the entrance, but not completely in the middle. This is where the foot traffic is ideal, not too crowded nor sparse. The washrooms are usually around the sides of the building, which means there aren't too many people. As well, you should be near similar products as if you are truly confident the consumers may end up purchasing your product before theirs. Finally, we look into price. When setting the price for a product, you should keep in mind your target audience. For example, if your target audience is mainly seniors, you should make your price around a very high level because they tend to have more money to spend. However, making your product too expensive may decrease your customers, and the price should reflect upon the value of your product.
In conclusion, the One of a Kind show was a very great entrepreneurial experience that managed to let us explore real-world businesses and envision what our trade show company may look like. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed our presentation.